Face to face I found my pain beneath the lies and broken dreams. Lost the love I had in me, it tore me apart, fade away. I felt so lost but I held on to what I had. For what it's worth, if you're feeling low, just know that you can, yes you can. There's life in love that you hold. Rise above and let it glow. Just know that it's never too late to make a change. Crash and burn, I found myself beneath the emptiness. Wanting more, I let it go. Holding on to love, breaking through, I feel alive. For once in my life I'ma live by the want to be all I can. Let the rest just crash and burn. Crash and burn. Oh wow, oh wow, let it crash and burn. This one for the person who feels alone. This one for the hero who has no home. This one for the one who live for hope. Changing better days. Pick your head up, keep on fighting, living, loving. make your mind up. If you want it, take it, fly away, soaring high above the clouds. Hear the voices calling out. Oh, you want love. Crash and burn, I found myself beneath the emptiness. Make your mind up. Wanting more, I let it go. Holding on to love. Breaking through, I feel alive. For once in my life, I'ma live by the want to be all I can. Let the rest just crash and burn. Let the rest just crash and burn.
Hello and welcome back to the MoldyWorm gaming channel. My name is MoldyWorm41975 and today we are back with our second part of our Farming Sim 19 Let's Play series. So the bit of footage that you just saw before now, or if you skipped it then you didn't really see, basically what we did from the last episode is harvested this field and planted it up ready for harvesting with the combine. So that field is all full of wheat now, and field 30 over here, which I'm just going to show you quickly, that is also full of wheat, so that is ready to be harvested with our combine harvester, which is parked in the shed over here. So we're going to go over to that, and I'm going to do a couple of strips just to show you basically the combine going, and then we're going to set a worker off doing that, and we're going to have to cart probably for that. So we'll just ditch that in there. But quickly, before we get into the main part of the video, there has been a few changes to the farm since the last episode. The first one is I have turned off the no collisions mod because it was actually doing it was doing more harm than good, really. It was not really designed for this map. It was sort of glitching out in some of the trees. If you watch the live stream I did for episode 1, you'll see what I mean. It sort of it lags out a little bit in the trees, so I decided to stop that. The second thing is there was a shed here in the first episode. There was actually 2 sheds. There was one sort of here and one here where these 2 are, and when I jumped on the other day to record the sort of opening part of this video, they had disappeared. I don't know where they went. I don't know why they disappeared. I looked through the mod menu to see if I could find the mods for those 2 placeable so I could replace them, but I couldn't find them anywhere, and when I loaded it up a third time it was still not there. So basically I decided to place these 2 sheds here just to sort of replace just to replace what was here. There was a shed already here, so I've put 2 more sheds down so we can put some stuff in, and the pallets and stuff that was like on the rack here, I've just used a little forklift to put them in this shed so they're nicely out of the way. I've also put the header trailer in here next to the combine, so we've got that over there, and I've also painted it yellow so it matches the combine a little bit better. We also have a pickup truck now on the farm. We've got a nice dually pickup truck here with the 5th wheel in the back. So that is nice there, and we've also got the 5th wheel cargo ramp trailer, so these little ramps on the back can fold down, so that is a little addition there. And the main reason I got this was because if we need to move the forklift to the shop to move anything around, it's a long way to drive the little forklift to the shop, so I decided to get the trailer and get the 5th wheel truck so we can use the truck just normally, and if we need to cart any machinery we can put it on the back of there. So there's sort of the changes that we've got to the farm. Let's jump into the combine and head over to field 30, and we'll do a couple of strips and then we'll set a worker off going there. We're also going to bale this field, so this is going to be a bit interesting. It's not the easiest, there we go, it's not the easiest machine to maneuver around. It's actually a lot easier to go in first person on this map because of all the trees, but we'll manage. We'll just back that up there. It's a little bit difficult to get your bearings when you're in first person though, that's the only thing. We're going to put the straw swath on if we can. Disable straw swath, no, we want that on. Just back that up so we're in line there. And we want to lower the header and turn the harvester on. Oh, we have to unfold it first. Okay. There we go. We are combining. I'm going to go in first person so we can actually see it. There we go. And our straw swath is coming out of the back nicely there. Something that Farming Sim 19 does very nicely, I don't know whether they did this in Farming Sim 17 because I never actually played Farming Sim 17. I know they didn't do it in Farming Sim 15, but it's sort of like the cruise control type mode So they've had cruise control forever, but what I mean is the sort of automatic cruise control. So when you set off harvesting like I am here, I've just got the throttle all the way down, and it automatically sets the speed based upon the machine you're in. Now in Farming Sim 15, if you put the throttle all the way down, it would actually tell you to slow down, and it would want you to sort of match the speed of the machine. Or you could set the cruise control yourself. So that was a little bit annoying. I don't know whether they had that feature in Farming Sim 17, but I'm glad they've added it to Farming Sim 19, because it just makes it a lot easier to use the machines. You can still set the cruise control for the machines if you want to. We'll just pick that header up there at the end. I'm just going to go out of first person so we can see. Now it does rev quite a lot, does this combine. And go back into first person and we'll drop that header down nicely there. And there we go. Yeah, it does rev quite a lot, does this combine. It is quite an old sort of combine, I guess, but yeah. I think it's quite nice in first person though. And if you did watch the bit of gameplay at the beginning, we did also get our first spot of rain on this Let's Play. Luckily it sort of went away by the time the crops had grown in the morning, so that was good. And we're going to have a nice day today of harvesting, and we're also going to be baling the straw swath, and then we're going to be putting the bales away. So this is going to be our first harvest for Farming Sim 19. It's quite exciting, I guess. Basically that's what we're going to be doing in this video today, and then the next video I might live stream again as I did for the first episode, but we'll have to see. The good thing with the video editing is, well, with the videoing, sorry, is that I can actually edit the video, so I can speed up the boring bits for you guys, because when you've got to sit through a live stream of me talking, and also all of the sort of working of the machines, it can get a bit boring, so I'll try and speed things up for you, but I want to actually show you everything that I am doing so you guys can see that, but I'll just speed certain bits up. So I'm going to set a worker off here now, and he should just go ahead with that. Yeah, he's going to drop that straw swath out the back. He seems to be going okay there. And we're actually going to jump into the fence and hitch up the trailer, because we're going to need to cart very soon. That combine was about half full, so that'll be nearly ready. I'm actually just going to move these bale forks out the way as well, because they're a little bit in the way. There we are. Now I did purchase some machinery off screen, but I have told you about that. I do want to purchase some more machinery in this video. Specifically, I want to get rid of that seeder and replace it with a bigger one, because seeding up that field took me almost over an hour, and it could be a lot shorter if we actually have a bigger seeder. So I want to get a bigger seeder because it's actually a pain. But that seeder is very good in that it seeds, but it also cultivates it first and it fertilizes it all in one. So it sort of cuts down on the time, but it isn't very wide. As you can see, it's quite sort of short. So we need one that can do all three, but it needs to be wide as well. So I'm going to actually hitch up the John Deere to the seeder. And the beauty of Farming Sim 19 is that we can actually sort of empty the seed and the fertilizer out of the machine before we sell it, so we're not wasting it. So I'll pull it out here, we'll just park it here, and we'll actually just unload the seeder. Now I'm not sure how we do this exactly. There we are. So that's unloaded everything in there now. We'll just close that cover up, and we can drop that off there. Now we need to first see if there is a seeder that can do all three and that is wider before I sell this one, because if there's not, then I want to keep this seeder. But if there is, then I'm going to try and keep that. As long as we can drill directly, then I think all of these are going to get too big. Yeah, something like this. They require a lot of horsepower. As you can see, that requires 640 horsepower. So we can't really have something like that because it's just way too much horsepower. So I think the biggest thing we're going to be able to go for is the Rapid A600S. Needs 180 horsepower, which our seeder at the moment also needs 180 horsepower. It's got double the working width, but it doesn't allow us to fertilise, but I can get over that. So we're going to go for that. We're going to buy it outright, and then we're going to go to our garage and sell the other seeder. So this seeder can now go, and I'm going to go and pick up that seeder from the shop. So the combine is almost full, so we'll go and empty that, and then we'll go and pick up our brand new seeder. We've also got a fertilizer spreader. We've got a till spreader, which can also do lime. So I showed that off in the first episode, but I'll show you it again in a minute. I think it's primarily for lime, but I think we can put fertilizer in it as well. So we'll have a try of that next time we're seeding up. A lot of the time I'll probably seed up off camera as well, just because it's pretty boring. You basically know the drill. I think these ones are, yeah, they're till. So we need to. We can't actually put any fertilizer in this one, so oops. There we go. 68%. That's more than enough for now. We'll just dump this one back in the shed. The beauty of these sheds as well is we can just drive through the shed. Does that actually fit in this shed? We can just drive straight into the shed and carry on through and just dump it off there, so we don't actually have to bother about reversing in. We need to move those with the forklift in a minute, but we'll do that once we've finished the rest of the jobs. So we're going to go and grab the baler, which I've forgotten where it actually is. I think it's around here. So I moved some of the equipment into this shed as well, and I've dumped all the stuff in, all of the I think it was turnips, or no, it was beetroot. I've dumped all the beetroot in that little area now, so I didn't really know what to do with that in the last episode, but I thought, oh, that would be perfect for dumping some beetroot in there. So we need to get a loading shovel so we can actually sell that, so we can pick it up, put it in the trailer and sell it, but that's for a future episode. So I imagine the combine will be full now, so we'll set the baler up so we're ready to go, and then we'll unload the combine, and then we can start baling. The two maps they give you from the beginning, they're okay. The European map, I can't actually remember what it's called. That's probably better than the American one in my opinion. The American one feels quite small and sort of enclosed a lot of the roads are really small, so you can't really use big machinery. The European map though is pretty good size. It's quite similar to this map, but I like the feel of the American sort of the sunshine, and just generally the American maps. I prefer them. So when I saw this one was in America, it looked like a really cool map. We got some hills, we got some good woodland in there. We can also do some normal harvesting. It looked really good, so that's why I've gone with this map. I'm going to go and dump this now in our silo, so we're ready to go and empty the combine again when he needs it. But we're going to jump onto the baler now. There we go. We'll just leave that unloading on its own, and we'll jump into the baler now. There we go. I'll lower the pickup and we are baling. We'll go for some first person camera and just check it's picking up. Yep. You can see in the bottom right corner there we've got some straw going into the bale now. So yeah, we're away basically. We're going to have quite a few straw bales, I can imagine, after this harvest. We've got 2 fields to harvest, so I'll probably speed it up in a minute, just so we get it done a little bit faster. Well, for me it will be the same time, but for you guys it will look faster. So we get about a bale per row is I think what we're going to have. You can just hear in the background baler. There we go, it is actually full now, so we'll just unload that. And there we go, that's our first bale. You can set off again. So I'll finish this row and then I'll speed things up for you guys until we finish this field, and then we'll go and jump over to field 31 and start that one off. And then once we've got all the bales, we need to pick those up as well and pop them in the barn. I need to actually decide where we're going to put those. So there we go, bales full again. The first row must have been quite small. It's just over a bale per row, so that's quite nice. So there we go. So from this point on, I'll just speed it up for you guys so it's a little bit faster. We'll finish this field up and I'll meet you guys over at field 31. So there we go, guys, we've finished field 30, we're just on to field 31 now. I'm just going to fill the trailer up to 100%, and we're going to just go and dump this in the silo. I'm going to probably just talk for this quick moment. Yeah, that's 99, that'll be good enough for now. I'm just going to let you know, we're probably just going to speed up this field again. Just because it's quicker for you guys. There's no point sitting through watching me do it in real time. So we're just going to be doing the same as we did with field 30. I'm just going to be following the combine around with the baler. I would show you the combining side, but we can't hire a worker to do the baling, and I don't want to do the field twice, so we're just going to have the worker going on the combine again, and I'm just going to be working on the baler. And I'm just going to be carting when the combine needs emptying. So we'll finish up field 30, and then we're going to get the bale collector and collect up all these bales. So I'll see you guys when the field is done. So we're back, guys, just finishing up the last sort of bit now. The combine has actually finished. The baler, we've just got one more strip to do. The combine is actually in the way, so I'm just going to have to move that out of the way, and there we go. We'll just pipe out, and we'll jump in the Fendt and unload the combine, and then the combine can go back in the shed for now. We've just got one more strip to do with the baler, and then we've just got to pick the bales up. I don't know whether we're going to keep all the bales. We might end up selling a few because we're going to have quite a lot of bales. We're going to end up with a lot, so we'll keep some definitely for bedding the cows in a future episode. But we can probably sell a few just for the money, because we're not going to need that many bales. So we'll see. We'll probably sell those in the next episode if we do decide to sell them. So it's not really easy seeing with these trees around. That's another big batch of wheat right there. We've made quite a lot today. The wheat doesn't really sell for a whole lot, so we've got some straw bales now. I think the next crop we put in, we'll go for a bit more higher paying crop. That I think soybean is usually the best crop to sell, but it doesn't give you any bales, so we'll just have to weigh it up. We don't need any more bales, that's for certain. So if we end up going for soybeans and they don't give us any bales, that is not a problem. We can just put the trailer away now, and we'll put the Fendt away actually, because we don't need that for the moment. And actually we do need the Fendt because we need to go and collect the bales. So I'll just hitch the bale collector up onto the Fendt, and then we'll just do that last strip with the baler, and then we'll head over to field 30 just to start collecting some bales. So I'll just take this over to the field, and then that is ready to go, and we will we'll just leave that there for now. We'll just finish this last strip with the baler, because that is the last strip that we have to do. I have missed a few little bits like that strip there. I'm not going to bother going back for that, because we've got more than enough bales, and that will just cultivate into the ground, so that is not an issue. There we go, unloading another bale there. The round baler, you actually have to stop to unload the bale. I thought that was going to be a big issue, because with the square one you can just carry on going. It's not really such a problem because the combine is actually faster than the baler. So the fact that I have to stop to unload the bales is actually good because it lets the combine get ahead. You'll have seen in the footage there a couple of times I had to just swap to the combine just to let it run on a little bit because I was catching up with the baling. So if you're wondering why I did that, it's because I was catching up with the baler. We're not actually really going to be able to get in there because the fence is blocking us. So we'll have to go out onto the road. I think he's coming. The baler definitely needs a wash. It's absolutely filthy, and you can see from the little spanner symbol in the bottom right corner above the speedo, that is the sort of damage that our thing takes. So that's like the wear on the equipment. So the baler has actually worn quite a bit. I mean, we have done 2 fields with it, so it's wearing quite a lot. We need to get a pressure washer and we can actually wash our equipment. For now it will last. It'll do us another another harvest at least. The John Deere can actually go away for now. We're finished with that. We're probably going to hitch that up to the seeder. We'll get that on the seeder, but that is for next episode. But for now, we're just going to jump into the Fent and go and collect all these bales up. So I'll fast forward this bit because it's just going to be me collecting the bales. We do actually need to just decide quickly where we're going to put the bales. So I'll do that sort of in the footage. So we'll just collect this first bale and then I will speed the rest up for you guys. And so there we are, guys. That is all of the bales collected up. I decided to just put them in this big shed up here because we've got plenty of room in this shed, and I also needed a shed that was tall enough that I could tip the trailer up. As you can see here, we've got plenty of room in this shed, but some of the smaller sheds I couldn't actually like tip the trailer up all the way. So I wouldn't have been able to like stack the bales in there properly. But if we just take a look, we've got quite a few bales there. Not as many bales as I was actually thinking we might have, but we've got a good few there. We've got 5 full stacks, and then we've just got a little stack of 6 over here, but that's fine. That is more than enough bales. We're going to keep all those bales because we probably are going to need them. I did mention earlier that we might sell some of the bales, but we are going to need all of those, so we're going to be keeping them. But that is pretty much going to be it for this episode. We've harvested the fields, baled them, and collected the bales in. So we've got quite a lot done in this episode. Off screen, I'm going to purchase a power washer and clean all the equipment ready for the next episode. I don't know what we're going to be doing in the next episode. We might lime the fields up because I've not actually done that in Farming Sim 19 yet, and we've got our lime spreader over here. But something I just wanted to quickly point out to you guys, which I didn't mention earlier, was you might have seen at the very beginning when we were harvesting the beetroots that I sort of flattened a little bit of field just over here with the new sort of map creator tool thing. And the reason I did that was because, as you can see, there's like a little dip in the field here, but it was a lot sharper and the tractor kept getting stuck on that, so I decided just to flatten it out and then just got a plough and turned it back into field land. But that is it for today's episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, then smash that like button down below. It would be greatly appreciated. If you want to check out the previous episode, then make sure you have a look in the description. I will leave a link to that. And if you want to see more Farming Sim content on the channel, then don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my latest uploads. With all that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.